Greetings, my fellow gamers. This game is called My Universe Interior Designer. It is by Matters Game and it's published by Microids. This is the second of two architecture games that I purchased this fall. The other one was called Architect Life, a house design simulator. I think I have a 1-minute clip that I didn't keep. Suffice to say that one, while technically speaking more expensive and supposedly more capable than interior designer, turned out to be just a little bit frustrating due to the camera work being so difficult. Anyway, just to give a brief touch about what we're doing right now, it's the tail end of the first mission. Once you've completed what you need to do, it shows you a before and after, and then you get feedback from the client. And the fellow, and you'll see because I'll redo the mission, loves Scandinavian style. The office, unfortunately, is painted industrial. The wallpaper is bohemian, and I believe so is the flooring. So that would explain his reaction of him not being entirely enthused. Something's off. As I played the game some more, I've actually would literally redo entire floors of, a floor of a certain style the person liked, or colored either cold or warm or dark or light or whatever. Because strangely enough, corridors, rooms count as different items, and if you have items you need to score for, so many warm colors. There you go. Also, it's a little bit less jarring if you go from a certain style to something completely different. Typically, bathrooms and kitchens, I left a more practical arrangement, tiles typically. But again, if possible, with whatever style the client suggested they like. The characters are very much cartoonish, but it's meant for a target audience of 7 to 11-year-olds. I think Sam is kind of cute, but it's those big guys. What can I say? So right here on the left side, loves Scandinavian style. That's what you have to remember. Every description, every narration, every exchange between your designer and the client tells you what the client wants. It's not just the scores. So they want Scandinavian, or they want light colors, or they like wood.
Whoops.
Or they have a lot of friends. So it's like, hey, put a few extra chairs down type thing.
That was not intentional.
The controls are fairly straightforward and simple. And I wish there would be a box option, because it looks like you're throwing his books out the window. And we're back. Okay, so there is two modes. One is furniture mode, and the other one is sort of maintenance mode, for lack of a better word. So in the mode I'm in currently, you can alter the walls and the floor. Sorry about that. But you don't see the furniture anymore, which on an occasion has led me to have some surprises where, oh, orange would be great for this room. Then it turns out that your furniture is blue or something, or you see what I meant by the floor. Later on, as I played the game some more, I would actually change the corridor the same color as the office room, all the way to the landing. Now, ironically enough, there's a couple of places where the colors are very similar. The industrial white may just be a little bit brighter or whiter, or colder, whereas the Scandinavian white is ever so slightly warmer. And I just didn't get around to changing the red panel there. I should have made it white. Yep. And in keeping with the comment I made a moment ago about listening to the hints when the client talks to you, it is also very crucial to avoid assuming the game is glitching, to read carefully the instructions. You'll see later on I'm beating my head against the wall trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, and the instructions are for an armchair. So yeah, I'm in the chair section and I pick a perfectly good chair for a desk, and nope. But the issue is it's not an armchair. It does not have arms or arm rests. The sections are, well, the furniture, the various things are broken into sections. Tables, things to sit on, storage, appliances. And again, just gets really crucial. You're asked to put some decorations. You take something that you use to decorate, but it's not from the decoration section. They don't count. And probably for a second there, I was thinking about how I was going to handle the fort piece. Remember that by the entrance, there's a door that swings inwards and covers most of the far wall on the left. And as I'm new at the game, I haven't quite figured out the whole, there are subsections. It's just faster to find what you're looking for by going to the subsection. The furniture has an orientation. In some cases, that can be very, very crucial because, well, the door for the oven, the door for the closet should be facing into the room. There are other times where it just doesn't make sense. You can't place the item where you can place it. You should be able to place a chair so it slides underneath the desk. And I think I just saw why that did not work with that particular desk, because the desk, the bar is on this side, the bar connecting the exterior legs. So it's possible that I didn't turn it around. It's possible I didn't orient it properly. And therefore I'm not able to slide the chair as close to the table. And you see what I mean by not going to the subtypes. Here I am scrolling through types, overwhelmed by all the options and the choices. A few more color palettes in some cases would have been appreciated. One or two places where you actually have 6 or 7 choices, it starts being a little bit overwhelming. But a lot of places it's just like 1 or 2, just like, really? And I apologize for the sniffing. Allergy season has been just before snow finally falls, just before we actually have frost. Probably the worst time of the year for me. And yeah, this is fucking frustrating. It's referencing the floor. So it's looking at the angle from where the camera is. Does the desk or the table intercept the lamp? As opposed to, well, it's a desk lamp, so the only place you should be able to, is the desk. So it should start on the desk type thing. That's a minor nitpick. I mean, once you realize what's going on, and you see I did realize what's going on, much faster the second time around. And I'm still at this point not understanding
Seriously?
why I'm not getting the check mark for things done. I don't believe they mention a computer, but well, one desk, one armchair, and one table lamp.
Come on.
Yeah, I was probably just having trouble deleting the lamps and decided that, well, okay, fuck it, delete the table, then delete the stuff that's on the ground, except we're not quite there yet. All right, and this is the headset for the Xbox. I've tried this once previously. It worked quite well. I've tried a different controller, a different headset, PlayStation, and that one has an RCA jack as opposed to a USB port, and the clip champ did not seem to recognize it. This unit, unfortunately, has a far longer cable. It's got a big honking volume and control thing on the middle of the cable. Ever so slightly less comfortable, but, well, beats the heck out of hunching over the laptop trying to speak loudly and clearly enough into the microphone to get recorded properly. Any advantage is it's on the PC, so I don't have to transfer stuff around. So here I am trying to figure out what I'm going to put, how I'm going to do things. And do I turn it around the right way? Yes, I do. Excellent. But you do see there's no red bar connecting the legs. The impact should be minimal, but it makes sense that you're not able to push the chair in as far if there's an obstacle. And well, I hope the tune is not driving you bonkers. It's a very cheerful little ditty. All right, so I've got another 5 minutes or so before I start yammering again in the video. But I'm still beating my head over that chair situation, not even realizing it's the chair that's the problem. My apologies ahead of time. Yep. I think it finally hit me. Oops, too far. Come on, one over. Nope, wrong way. I think I might have actually been looking for that guy all over the place in the wrong. Yay, success. Now to deal with the missing door. So if you approach the... didn't quite catch it. If you approach the line on the floor, it triggers another option. And there you go. Now you see what I meant by the wallpaper. In later playthroughs, I would... Well, okay, so... come on, just one more down. You can do it. You're a big girl. I would do the same thing throughout the corridor. You know, gentler colors, because that's what he likes. All right, and now I proceed to be stupid. I've done what I had to do. Yeah, I could have put it the mirror. One of the options here in accessories is a that one gentleman would just pass. Not a billboard, but a note board, a dry eraser board, sort of thing you would have in an office if you're a writer and you're, scribbling notes down and just tack it onto the board. And then I proceed to spend several minutes, or maybe not several, a few minutes, trying to figure out what I'm going to put underneath that shelf. And eventually end up scrapping it because it's just not working. And what I really should be looking for is dressers. And the one I have the cursor on is probably a perfect fit. The small Scandinavian one, great as well. But somehow, possibly because of the angle, it's just not clicking. And then I start going through pretty much everything, looking for something to put there to break up that wall. I have, when I moved here, found myself with a partially finished basement with long swaths of baby blue paneling. Well, I had a bunch of posters I bought in my teens and early 20s. Fairly fond of St. V. Crawford and a few of her peers. A couple of adventure posters. The one with Padme and Anakin, and a couple more. Got them framed, put them on the walls. It looks pretty okay. Not going to win any awards. It's the game room downstairs. But yeah, so it sort of goes hand in hand. I mean, I can't say I love decorating. No. I've moved a few times, too many, when I was a teenager, and got a certain knack for it. So I look at a room and, oh, this is how things are going to fall in place. But not here's a blank slate, here's your budget, and no. It's more a case of, this is what I got, let's see if we can make it work. Pause, because, well,